So here's some news I'm happy to cover. Chelsea Manning is running for the United States Senate in the state of Maryland. Now, I don't know if I've ever really talked about Chelsea Manning or Julian Assange or Edward Snowden on this channel before, but to make it short, I love what they do. I'm just going to outright say it, I love what they do. I think the idea of whistleblowing is something that is extremely important if we want to protect democracy. And honestly, I've talked about this before, but I'm not even entirely convinced classification should exist. You know, because classification didn't even exist until sometime in the 1900s, I believe the 1950s, and we had already won several wars without it. You know, it's not just like, oh, day one, Constitution, Congress has the power to classify things. No, it took a while. And if we want to have a free society, we need to know what our government is doing, and that includes things that we should, especially things like the torture report, which I think a third of it was classified when it was originally released. And things like that. So yeah, I support whistleblowers. I support... Now, obviously, I don't support somebody selling information to an enemy. I don't support... you saying, oh, well, ISIS, here's this information. No, I don't support that. And Chelsea Manning did not do that. And if you don't know what she did, she released a lot of incriminating information, some of which included footage of, because this was back when we were in Iraq, of soldiers just bombing random civilians. And then when people came, they were first responders and things like that, they just bombed them too. They just killed them. And if you're angry at Chelsea Manning for revealing that and not for the people who, killed a whole bunch of innocent people and then killed people who were the first responders, killed ambulances, killed cameramen, killed all those, you have some really screwed up priorities. I'm just going to outright say it. And of course, Chelsea Manning's political activism is something I agree with. She typically is around as left. She's a little bit more left-leaning than me. Like, she's posted things about how we need to, get rid of the police force and things like that, which I heavily disagree with, mind you. I don't believe we should get rid of the police force. I believe we should reform it. I don't believe we should get rid of it. However, Chelsea Manning has some, and for that matter, it's good to voting people who are to the left of you, because they're not going to get everything they want done, and therefore, they may be able to compromise somewhat. So while Chelsea Manning may be going up there talking about how we need to get rid of the police, more reasonable people can just say, oh, we don't do anything, and what's a compromise? We reform the system. And things like that. But yeah, I hope now, the one thing I don't like is, and I've talked about the need for third parties on this show before, but with someone like Chelsea Manning, she's big enough to the point where she could run as an independent and win. We need more independent voices in Congress. We need more third parties in Congress. And I encourage, if you have the name recognition to do it, run as a Libertarian, run as a Green Party member, run as one of those. Run as a smaller party. And show people that smaller parties can get into Congress, especially if you're a bigger name. And I don't just mean, go for the presidency. I mean just go for a local office, or even a federal one, like a Senate seat or a House seat. The midterms are coming up, after all. But yeah, I support Chelsea Manning's Senate run. I'm officially endorsing her. For Senate in 2018. I think that'd be a really good thing for this country, and that's it. I'm Ephrom, and good night.